Night orders to the subconscious. There is a precise moment each day when the doors of the subconscious open most willingly. It is that intermediate instant when the rational mind begins to relinquish control and conscious vigilance dissolves just before sleep. There, between the last thought and the first wave of unconsciousness, occurs what New Thought science has called the golden hour of the soul. At that threshold, whatever you plant will bloom. The reason is simple. During sleep, the conscious mind rests, but the subconscious keeps working exactly with the instructions you left it when you turn off the light. If that instruction was fear, it will continue producing images of danger. If it was fatigue, it will reinforce exhaustion. But if it was a clear command for renewal, regeneration, and health, then the body will receive that directive as law and begin the cellular repair process based on that premise. The secret lies in using that transitional lapse with full intention. The subconscious is not some strange dwelling deep within. It is the internal department that regulates every vital function. It directs protein synthesis, tissue regeneration, hormonal balance, digestion, respiration, circulation, and sleep itself. It does not pause. It does not get distracted. It does not question. It simply acts, but it needs clear instructions. And those instructions arise through emotionally charged language. That's why the words you speak as you fall asleep have a special power. They are commands the subconscious will execute without delay, without judgment, without moral evaluation. This is about recognizing that a nighttime mind is not governed by logic. It is governed by the image you give it. And that image translates into chemistry, movement, regeneration, or stagnation, depending on the quality of your mental planting. Years ago, a nurse working night shifts wrote to me about her case. She complained of chronic fatigue, constant headaches, and a general decline in her immune system. Despite sleeping long hours during the day, she never felt truly rested. I asked her, what do you think right before you sleep? She answered, that I'm destroyed, that my body can't take it anymore, that I wish I'd die in my sleep. I asked her to change that programming. I suggested a simple direct prayer to repeat just before closing her eyes for 3 minutes. Now I sleep in peace. The power of God renews me. Every cell fills with light. Every organ regenerates. I wake up strong, healthy, joyful. So she began the practice without much enthusiasm, but with consistency. After 2 weeks, she reported improvements. After 2 months, she had reduced her medications and her vital energy had returned. Nothing changed outside of her, but everything changed within. She changed her command and the response changed. No complexity is required, no elaborate ritual, no complicated words. A short, coherent phrase said with faith before sleep is enough. The body takes that command, the subconscious translates it into automatic functions, and the night becomes a restoration lab. The ancient Hebrews knew this when they sang their nightly psalms. The Eastern sages taught it as samurai passive. Modern science confirmed it by observing how thoughts repeated before sleep alter brain waves, melatonin secretion, and immune processes. This is not witchcraft. It is applied spiritual physiology. What you declare at bedtime, the body will carry out upon waking. It is crucial to understand that nighttime language must be affirmative, present, and positive. You should not say, I don't want to be sick, because the subconscious does not register negation. If you say, I don't want pain, what it here is pain. If you say, let me not have a headache tomorrow, it registers headache tomorrow. But if you affirm, I rest, Every part of me relaxes. My head is at peace. The body receives those instructions without distortion. The subconscious is not creative. It is obedient. It does not judge whether a command is wise or foolish. It simply carries it out. That's why it's so vital to give instructions with clarity, intention, and love. Many patients make the mistake of bringing their worries to bed. They mentally recite their debts, their conflicts, their illnesses, and then wonder why they wake up more tired, irritable, or sick. The answer is clear. Their subconscious work all night with a blueprint of destruction. If it was given a script of chaos, and it faithfully played the part. But if that script is changed, if they consciously decide to train an image of health, order, and life, the body will act accordingly to that vision, and the results are measurable, tangible, verifiable. It doesn't matter whether the reader believes in spiritual things or not. It is enough to understand that your biology obeys sustained emotion, and sustained emotion is born from repeated words, especially before sleep. A 60-year-old woman once confided in me that since she became a widow, she had repeated the phrase, "Why go on?" every night before closing her eyes. That phrase alone was enough to weaken her immune system, cause anemia, loss of appetite, and a constant state of physiological depression. I suggest that she not try to change her whole life at once, but only that phrase. I proposed replacing it with, "I go on because there is still light. I go on because I heal every night." At first she cried as she said it, but she repeated it. The subconscious, like an obedient child, did not stop to evaluate the tears. It simply obeyed the phrase. After a few months, her vitality returned, and with it a serenity she hadn't felt in years. She told me it was as if my body started responding to a voice I didn't know I had. That voice is yours. That voice is what programs your system. That voice repeated at the right moment has more effect than 100 pills, because it does not act from the outside but from within. It does not suppress symptoms. It heals the roots. It does not block signals. It modifies courses. That is why bedtime is sacred, because it's when power transfers from the conscious mind to the great inner healer. And that healer does not work by intuition, it works by command. If the command is love, it works life. If the command is decay, it works decay. So make this moment a ritual of health. Choose your words, repeat them slowly. Close your eyes with gratitude. Visualize the light moving through your body. Feel as though you are speaking to your nervous system like a friend. Say, "Thank you for this day. Thank you for this body. Thank you for the health that perfects itself as I sleep." Then remain silent. Let the subconscious receive that message like a seed, and trust that it will grow while you rest. You don't need to know how enzymes act, how tissue repair, or which glands activate. You only need to give the right command. The rest is done by the body. God has designed the human system this way. You plant the word, the subconscious obeys, the body transforms. Thank you.